we have micro licenses, which is a really interesting component here in each class, retail, cultivation, and manufacturing, that are limited, although they are expandable, but they're limited at the outset for each different type. For like example, I think it's 2,500 square foot for a retail facility. And those are very entry level, and they are ability, and the fees are commensurate as well. And some towns have even opted into this, where they're allowing micro set-asides within their resolution process. That really is going to incentivize a much smaller, much less capitalized applicant.
So for a micro retailer, class 5 type license, what's the application fee for that?
I don't know off the top of my head. I was afraid you were going to ask me that.
Let me change the question then.
Yeah.
What, because it really goes into.
Well, let me say one other thing to you.
Mm-hmm.
It also depends at the local level. I mean,
right.
The one thing is the CRC has done a remarkable job of really trying to make sure that they limit as much as they can for these class of applicants fees. But you're seeing at the local level now, some towns are charging tens of thousands of dollars for application fees, but also some towns are scaling those too, or some towns are charging residents a smaller fee than they would charge out of town applicants.
And I guess the point I'm trying to make is, for someone who wants to open up a micro retail business, it's still costly. You've got the licensing fees, you've got the local application fees, you've got to come up with the capital, which gets into a whole nother area of conversation related to the ability of a bank to provide funding, right?
It is, and it is a challenge. The fees are not going to be what prevents a company from opening. I mean, for a micro conditional applicant, you're talking about hundreds of dollars. What you're dealing with though is when you start talking about whatever the local fees are going to be, coupled with real estate costs, legal costs. If you have to hire an app company, which will help you write or fill out your application, although I will say this to you, the CRC again has done an amazing job. Very informed website. I actually tell prospective clients, before you hire me, go read the website.